So I just opened up the Summit link, and I would enter my username and password, and then the following would appear on my screen. Now, you probably don't want to watch it so small, so you right-click on the video, and then I zoom it to full screen, and now we see the bigger picture. And of course, at the bottom, we see that I have controls. So I'm highlighting the controls. We see this is an hour and 40-minute first section, part 1 of part lecture for Summit. So if each, you have 9 lectures from Summit, so 2 hours, it's about 18 hours of lectures. Again, you don't have to watch them. We encourage you to go through the first 2 posted on your screen. So I'm going to go ahead and close the Summit lecture window, but this is how all the lectures in demand look. So if in the offshore course, you'll see that, there were, I don't know, 40 lectures in that class. People attended maybe 30 of them. In general, people attend about 75% because I know you're working full-time, you're in court, you have a trial, you're with clients, you're on an airplane. And hey, if you're on Singapore Airlines now, you can watch the lectures in the air. You can, we did have one student, they're on a private jet, that's how they did it, but they had internet access and they were participating for their jet. But since most of us don't have corporate jets we're flying around in, at least not yet, you would go to your web links on the left-hand side of your screen, click on web links, and you have lots of recorded lectures, as you see on your screen now. You would click on any of these links, and up would pop the lecture series. Okay. Now, we've done what our course materials are, we've done where our calendar is, calendars, we've looked at web links. The remaining functionality the remaining really important functionality for communication is 2-step. 1, you got to know how to email people within the course, that's email options. And finally, you got to know how to discuss, where the discussion forums are, because that's where you're going to have asynchronous. So our program has been based on synchronicity up to date. I mean, up to this moment, we've been talking about how we live lecture and communicate back and forth using audio and video, and we're the first program to be doing that. I mean, 8 years ago, we had audio, quality audio, but we had it. And then we were the first program to institute video as soon as video became possible. Web-based video, that is, really, I guess 5 years ago now. So I'm going to circle the forums. No, I'm going to circle email options first. Okay, email options. So I've already given you an assignment, but if this is your first time seeing this because you were in trial all this week, or you're overseas with clients, whatever, you're on family vacation, that was just, the orientation was in the wrong week for you, you'll click on email options, and you will email, by example, let's say you want to email an instructor in class. You would click on my name. You would generate an email. And then you would see my email address. You could copy and paste this directly into your Gmail or whatever, but you might as well use Twin since you're here and it's easy, because in Twin you can make attachments. So go out the bottom, we showed you this. You can attach files, you can attach anything. This is just a normal Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, whatever kind of internet-based email you're used to using, is the same thing. You can attach Excel, you can attach Word, PowerPoint, OpenOffice.org, that's what you use. Pictures, JPEGs, TIFFs. So you can, the maximum size is 5 megabytes. 5 MB, so you can't go attach, by example, a lecture. So that would be, those are streaming, those are 100 megabytes. You enter your subject, like any normal email, you have to enter a subject, and you have to type a message. Unlike normal email, well, this is normal for Gmail at least, you have a word processor. So let me do an example like I did on Monday and Wednesday. I would type subject line, I would type, I am sending an email, and with my, most of y'all don't care. I like to send my emails in Arial, that's my thing. But most of y'all aren't going to care. You're not going to care about setting the font, the font 10 Arial. But this works the exact same way as every other functionality in the Twin system. So when we turn in assignments, and we want to type in our assignments directly into Twin, most people don't. You type in Word and copy and paste it. Or I want to use my discussion board to make comments in class asynchronously. That means not in real time. Then you might change your font, and more importantly, you might change the color. So I'm going to go ahead and make my email red. I'm going to go ahead and highlight by sending and make it like green highlight. I'm going to go ahead and make I bold. So I is bold, sending is green highlighted, email is red. And I can use this to create vocalization within asynchronous text context. I can even copy and paste pictures, icons, and so forth in here to make it more interesting experience to read. So if we look at some of our orientation materials under discussion board, we'll go there in a second. In fact, I'll just go right-click on it now and open a second window for you under social bio, by example. I will open a new window. And just to show you, I can have two windows open on the same screen. So as to make my life easier as a student, I might, by example, have course materials open and have my discussion board open, the discussion forums, that's on the right-hand side of the screen. So I'll put an X. This is discussion forums. I might have orientation materials open on this side of the screen, the left side with the second X. And then I'm looking at my discussion. I'm looking at my orientation materials. I have a question, so then I just flip between screens back and forth and type in my question directly or copy and paste from the orientation materials into a message. Let me go ahead and give you a realistic example. As I mentioned on Monday and Tuesday, I prefer to look at oldest to newest. Now I put my mouse cursor on sort by, and that opens up oldest to newest. The default's newest to oldest. We'll see the difference in a moment. Oldest to newest messages, because I like to see the flow over history of messages. As a student, you may just want to say, I would just want to see the newest message posted. Or some students, I already know this from years of teaching online, some students prefer to say, I just want to know what the teacher says. And I'll read my other colleague student messages later. I just want to know if my teacher has said anything important. So they go ahead and they click author. I'm going to go ahead and maximize my screen I'm looking at right now just so you can see the difference. If I click author, it lists it by student. And if I click it by oldest to newest, like I like, it puts it in historical order. So if I look at step 3, post a social bio,